Leonardo DiCaprio is one of, if not the best actors of this generation. Comparable to the likes of Marlon Brando, Jack Nicholson, and Daniel Day-Lewis, he has cemented himself as one of the greatest actors in film history. In this video, we will be ranking his top 10 movies of all time. Starting with number 10, The Great Gatsby. Playing the role of Jay Gatsby, Leo does a great job in the film, playing alongside his buddy Spider-Man. The Great Gatsby is a fun, stylized film that, for book readers, did it justice with a somewhat accurate portrayal. This is one of those films, though, that I think I would like much less if Leo wasn't in it, as I'm not always a fan of Baz Luhrmann's fast-paced style. Number 9, Gangs of New York. I want to love this movie more, I really do, but it just didn't hit as much as the other films on this list do. Daniel Day-Lewis is great, of course, along with Leo, but something about the time period and setting of this film doesn't grab my interest. At 2 hours and 47 minutes long, it is a long watch, and although Scorsese is still a master at his craft, this film misses the mark on more things than usual for him. To be fair, I still like this film, but just not as much as the others on this list. Number 8, Titanic. Although Titanic is brutally long at 3 hours and 15 minutes, it's a classic. With stunning visuals and a great score, the performances from Leo and Kate Winslet elevate this film to one of James Cameron's best. The technical aspects of the film, shooting miniatures, experimenting with water simulation CGI, add to the level of genius of Cameron. Number 7, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The first film on this list to feature director Quentin Tarantino and Leo's most recent collaboration with him, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a film that only works with Leo as the lead and Brad Pitt as the supporting actor. Not much happens in the film, and that's the beauty of it. With an amazing soundtrack and Tarantino's masterful camera work, you get immersed not only in Leo and Brad's performance, but also the environment of 1970s Hollywood. This film may not be for everyone, and I get it. On the first watch, it might not be that eventful, but this movie has aged beautifully for me and is one of my favorites by Tarantino. Number 6, Catch Me If You Can. With director Steven Spielberg, Catch Me If You Can is a fun and very enjoyable film. Honestly, all the movies in this list moving forward are at least a 4.5 out of 5 stars for me. This is a very active role for Leo as he goes through multiple locations, outfits, and identities playing Frank Abagnale. Tom Hanks is a masterful supporting performance, and all in all, this film is just well-paced, well-shot, well-casted, and well-received. It's one of my favorites. Number 5, Shutter Island. With another Scorsese and Leo collaboration, Shutter Island is unlike any other film they've done together. This is a film that you don't want to know much about before viewing, so I won't spoil anything in this video. Leo plays a U.S. Marshal who is investigating a psychiatric facility that seems to be doing some shady shit. It's a meticulous and masterfully navigated ride that keeps you guessing the entire film. With deep emotional performances and intense plot developments, Shutter Island is a psychological thriller that everyone should see. Truly one of Leo's best films, which is why it's kinda crazy I had to put it at number 5. Number 4, Inception. Some people might be mad I have this movie this high on the list, but to those people I would say you just didn't understand the movie. I know that's a pretentious thing to say, but with writer-director Christopher Nolan, the more you understand his films, the more you will enjoy it. Every action and story beat has a purpose to drive the film forward. Apart from the epic visuals and the epic score from Hans Zimmer, the concept of the film is super interesting and clever, and with performances from Leo, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Michael Caine, this is one of Nolan's best films, and for that, deserves to be number 4 on the list. Number 3, The Wolf of Wall Street. Yet another Scorsese collaboration, The Wolf of Wall Street is the best role Leo has ever done. This movie is wildly entertaining, hilarious, and still emotionally engaging. There's not much I could really say about this film without me sounding like an asshole, but it's truly one of a kind and worth a watch. It's also the main reason the entire male population has a crush on Margot Robbie. Number 2, Django Unchained. Perhaps Tarantino's best film and perhaps Leo's hardest role he's had to play, Django Unchained is an epic western with an epic cast and intense story. Leo is really only in the film for the end of the second act on, but his presence is felt on screen and one of the few times he's played a villain in his career. As great as he was in this movie, it's more of a combined effort that makes this film so good. Christoph Waltz and Jamie Foxx perhaps have the best performances of their careers, and the ending of this film is just oh so sweet. And number 1 is The Departed. I've talked about this film a few times on this channel as it is in my top 5 of all time, but I truly think this is Scorsese's best movie. As terrific and classic as Goodfellas is, The Departed tops it for me. With outstanding performances from Leo, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg, Martin Sheen, and of course one of the only actors that can go toe-to-toe with Leo, Jack Nicholson. Jack and Leo, and honestly Damon too, are so good in this movie there isn't a dull moment or any unnecessary scenes. It's one of those movies that you don't want to end and every scene is just great. Truly not enough good things to say about this film. I know I'm glazing heavy, but The Departed is one that everyone needs to watch. Thank you all for watching this video. I had fun making this list, and if you enjoyed watching, consider subscribing. It's free. Let me know your thoughts on the list in the comments, and I will catch you guys in the next one.